Hello, today I'm coming to you as a copywriter consultant, and I just want to encourage number one, the college graduate students, as well as people starting out in business and those that have been involved with business to customer and business to business for quite a while. Now, I'm going to start off with the college graduate first. And here's why because many times people go to college and come out and still may not have the proper direction to follow through on what you've learned. So, there are various types of essays that college graduates have to know. You have to know how to write in the active voice. You have to know modern language association style, MLA. You also have to know, excuse me, the APA writing style. That is used the most, it is the most authoritative, recognized as the most authoritative in the writing world, not only in academics, but also in the business world. It is highly acceptable throughout the writing world. If you reference an article, you can use APA all day. If you're working for a client, let's say an editor, and they require you to write it in according to their style guide. Some people have style guides, some people don't. Their tones and language, things of that nature. If the style guide wants you to write it in the Chicago manual style, you can make an easy adjustment because you are thoroughly qualified to write in the APA. If the style guide by the editor or editors requires you to write it in AP style, Associated Press, the adjustment is easy, very easy. If you're writing for a medical journal and they require you by their style guide to write in AMA, American Medical Association, you can do that as well. Biologists, doctors, nurses, things along that nature, maybe even a forensic psychologist or analyst, somewhere along those lines. So you want to remember that. That's a good thing to keep in mind. Don't take for granted the writing style of the APA because it's like a 20-story building standing the test of time in every storm because of its foundations. Very vital a foundation. I've been to Charter Oak University. I've taken an online accelerated course in psychology. And to God be the glory, I graduated with a GPA of 4.0 and I came out with a BS, Bachelor of Science in Psychology. So I know what I'm talking about. I have hands-on experience in this arena. So as a college graduate student, you want to bear down on that APA writing style because here's what can happen. Michael Brenner of the Marketing Insiders Group is a CEO. He creates for companies, Fortune 500 companies, package deals, 100 plus websites or blogs at $35,000 a clip and promises them optimize content, maximize effects on the audience. You, as a college graduate, know the APA writing style. Here's how it goes together. He stated in 2018, by 2019, content marketing would be a $300 billion industry. We're in 2020. So right now, content marketing, the industry, that's why you have to follow current trends to know what's what and how to maneuver. The industry of content marketing as we speak is a $300 billion industry. So the objection to, I might not make any money. How do I do it? All of that is now gone. There's no more excuses if you desire to become a freelance writer. There's dynamic motivation. All of that money, $300 billion, is on the table, and there's enough on that table for everybody to have a good piece of the pie. But you have to have certain basics that are effective, fruitful, and productive. Now, there are other styles that you learned or essays you learned how to write. There's the descriptive, there's your narrative, there's your expository. Now, your narrative is the art of storytelling. Between the narrative and the persuasive essay, it helps you to have a solid foundation of creating dynamic copy. Now, I've listened to copywriters, how they say it takes you years to do this and years to do that. That is not true if you know how to write a persuasive essay and a narrative essay on a consistent basis. Remember, I went to school and obtained a BS in psychology in less than 3 years. Charter Oak, it took me 16 months. I had done about a year at Ashford University, had to pull out because of personal reasons. So you take 16 months and 12. 16 months and 12. You get 28 months. It's 2 years, which is 24, 4 more months. So it was 2 years and 4 months. When you turned in your papers of your essays and you got a B plus, a B minus, a A minus, and an A plus, those marks are telling you that you are qualified to write high quality content in the business world. Now, your professor has not told you that, but I'm telling you that because while I was in school, they have you to focus on your school work. They fail to tell you the value of what you learned before, how it's going to help you after. Those of you back in the day, remember the delicious candy called Now and Later. So I'm here to inspire and educate you and empower you, college graduates, on the now and later, particularly the persuasive essay and the narrative type writing, which helps you with copywriting. Now, the expository also is business writing. So that helps you with your sales letters, your LinkedIn profile development, your resumes, your CVs, and your cover letters, your LORs, your SORs. All of that is important as well. So it's important to know that foundation of the APA writing style and how you can use it today. Again, the content marketing industry is $300 billion. So you want to remember that as I go through my notes. Now, you may be someone that's just starting out in business. You don't understand how to get started. You know nothing about the importance of a buyer's persona. You know nothing about color psychology. You know nothing about search engine optimization, SEO. You know nothing about conversion tracking and all of that. All you know is you want to start a business. I'm going to encourage you to learn the APA writing style, or you can get my course called Introduction to Psychology at mike8828@yahoo.com. Or you can read books on copywriting and videos and follow that lead. You can learn it in 30 days if you spend at least 3 to 4 days a week, a few hours a day, and it's worth it because many people want wealth, but they fail to realize without a foundation of a highly marketable skill, your wealth is not going to come because it's not chance, it's planning. And that's a part of copywriting. You have to have the words, which turn into influential stories. So it helps you to do certain things. It helps you to look like an expert. It's called established authority. It helps you to use persuasive psychology. It helps you to be relevant or trendy, trendy, current, and it helps you to influence the reader to see it from your perspective so that they buy your services or products or the service and products of the people you have your contract with. That's important. All companies use it. Ford Motor Company, Nike, their ads is copywriting. Those are used back in the day that can remember Bewitch. Darren was an advertiser, aka copywriting. That's what it is. He's a copywriter. So, as a consultant, I'm just encouraging you in that area. Again, your business starters, those used involved with business to customer, those are things like clothing and your e-commerce online. If you're business to business, that's where you're dealing with the more technical terms of helping other companies to help clients with the technical terms of SEO, SERP, meta tag analyzation, killer headlines. I mean, somebody involved with business to customer, you got a store and they're coming in to buy t-shirts and sneakers. They're not concerned about all those technical terms. They're concerned about how does this fit? If I like the color, do I like the material, and things along that nature. Just a slight, well, not a slight, but there's a difference between the two. And I want you people to understand that are just starting out and know nothing about what business to customer is versus business to business. That's just a short, simple definition of both. Now, those of you that have been around a while, you definitely understand what I'm talking about because you've been using these terms for years. So what you want to do, if your buyer's persona, these are the business owners that have been around, especially you business to business people or even business to customer. If your buyer's persona hasn't caused your blog traffic to increase the ROI by 124%, you need to reconsider and may want to reach out to me with some help with that. I can help you with that. I can also help you if your content marketing hasn't increased your blog traffic by 232%. These are real numbers. If your blog traffic hasn't increased by 232%, you can reach out to me. If your blog traffic hasn't increased your ROI, return on investment, by 124%, you can reach out to me. I can help you there. Now, you also know that in order to get a harvest, you have to plant a seed. You have to invest into ad spending. Wise experts have said this in the marketing world, that it takes 45% of your budget to bring greater results with your ads and promotion, with your email campaigns, your Facebook ad campaigns, and things along that nature. Instagram, you may do Pinterest, you may do Reddit, you may do Tumblr, all those different areas. Even LinkedIn has a way you can advertise on there. And LinkedIn is a highly powerful means of social media and promotion and engagement, which a lot of people do not know. And I'm here to awaken you even with that. For those of you that have been around in business a while, you know, or you may have been too busy to even notice, but it's vitally important. There's over 11 million millennials on LinkedIn who are major decision makers, and there's over 60 million senior decision makers on LinkedIn. There's over 20,000 major companies on LinkedIn that do between 82 and 80% of their recruiting on LinkedIn. So that just goes you the power of LinkedIn right there. It's dynamite. I mean, it's like what they call it, C4, kaboom. You know, it creates many moments, and you want those. So that's something there. And if you need help with influential or killer headlines, those of you that have been in business for a while, and even if you're just starting, your headlines, going back to the APA writing style in college, is equivalent to a thesis statement. It captures the attention of the reader and causes them to hunger and thirst for more of your content so that they can see And if it's a video, they can see and hear the benefits of what your product or service is giving to them. So you want to make sure of that. And if your situation has been facing a problem, let's say Facebook ads, give you a real life example. A gentleman was spending plenty, over thousands and thousands. I think he spent maybe like $2 million on Facebook ads. And Facebook kept changing things back and forth. And he lost money, which can happen because all business is a risk. Sometimes it's a little risk, but there are risks. But if you're willing to take that risk, you can come out on top. Here's what happened. He heard of a gentleman who specialized in optimizing Facebook ads. Now, he had tried people before, and I believe he dealt with this problem maybe like a year or so, just going back and forth. Very frustrating for the business owner. Things just wasn't kicking in like these stats that I talked about previously as far as his ads on his ROI. So he gets in touch with the gentleman. They talk. They seal the deal. Get the contract going. The gentleman, who was an expert in Facebook ads, takes 8 hours. This man been dealing with this problem for a year or so. Takes 8 hours, gets rid of the problem for good. They do the testing on Facebook. They compare the results from what this new guy did to what the old guy did, and the results, the old guy's down here, the new guy's way up here, real high. The gentleman that resolved that problem forever took home a check of $52,000 for 8 hours. That's someone who's highly skilled and very strategic in Facebook ads and promotion. All of that is a part of content marketing. Now let's deal with the business, the customer side, the B2C. There's a testimony of a young lady named Maya Penn, Mayappenn, grew up in Atlanta, Georgia. At the age of 12, young black girl, designed a ribbon headband for people to wear. Maya, at the age of 12, sold $50,000 part-time in 1 year with just that one item. She gave to charity. She still does. She's older now. She has her own blog, Maya Penn, Penn. You can look this up on the internet all day long. Real story. At the age of 12 is my point. Very intelligent. $50,000 part-time. If she would have did that full-time, let's say she was 17, she would have made what? $100,000. Even at part-time, if she would have had 3 other people, 50, 50, 50, and 50, $200,000 a year. Imagine using the strategies that she used. Nothing was missing in her plan at the age of 12. My point to you is she converted 10 times, 20 times, and she's kicking it now. With my training course, those results are guaranteed, and you will also get a bonus cheat sheet with that. Now, you want to convert 10 times more, 20 times more for your online store. And those of you that are business to business, helping other clients, you want to excel for that client so that they can generate those leads and cause repeat customers to make your reputation better and to make that client outshine the competition. So just imagine that. 12 years old, $50,000 in sales part-time. And as I often tell people, many salespeople prepare for the yeses, but have you prepared for the 10 basic no's that customers give in either area, business to business or business to customer? If you don't have the answer as a yes to what I just asked, let me help you, because I have the answers and the secret to answering the no's. Proper preparation. It's said professionally. It's said in a pleasant tone and a friendly, professional tone where they can receive it and the light goes on in their head that all objections are out the window. Let me hire this business to business professional and get my thing going better. Let me get rid of this problem as a business to customer individual starting an online store. Effective results. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my background. I've spent over 37 years in the martial arts. Martial arts is not violent. It is a science of 22 business concepts, 22 business concepts that are transferable anywhere. And my point is, there's always more than one way in a combat situation to get out of it. There's your psychological, taking it down a notch, putting it in today's terms, talking and walking your way out of a situation. Your biggest weapon in a threatening situation physically is your brain and your mouth. Your biggest weapon in marketing, whether it's business to business or business to customer, is your brain and how you take your words, put them into the content, and create a story that people buy. They buy products, they buy services, but they're basically buying your story. Years ago in the 70s, there was a commercial that said, "What's your story, Jerry? What's your story?" That's what I'm asking you today. What is your story? How effective is your story? If you need help with that, I'm here to help you at mike8828@yahoo.com. That's my point, to empower you, whatever you're dealing with. So you want to make sure your copywriting content is highly effective and it's converting the leads and always outshining the competition. And sometimes, if not oftentimes, the greatest competitor is getting rid of your own doubts and fears and to break through that obstacle that is constantly popping up. And what you can do with this course and learning how to copyright, you can train your team. Let's back up to Maya Penn. Imagine if she would have had 3 more people to help her part-time in 1 year, she would have made $200,000. Now, she's doing well because she's intelligent. That one accolade alone has given her a big platform. She's met with different politicians and different people. So it put her on the map. My point is, even if you're not on the map, you can still be on target with your content creation, with content strategy, knowing that nothing is missing from your marketing plan and always attracting the right type of client is key. I talked to a client recently. I asked her, "Who do you want to sell to?" "I want to sell to everybody." No, you really don't. Point in fact, if I'm selling textbooks for college graduate students, specifically biology textbooks, who's going to buy those textbooks? Biology college students. Now, a doctor may get them or another teacher to share with their students, but it's going to be someone in the academic field, someone academic minded. Even if someone wasn't a student, they may still buy it because they want to learn. It's for the learners in the medical field, biology, the body. You understand? So it's relative. It's connected to a certain type of person. That's how you define your target audience. And all of that is important because some people think, "Oh, I'm going to open up a business and I'm down here in New York and I'm down here in Atlanta and everybody's going to get my stuff." No, they're not. You have to define that, make different characters, your bias persona, and have some foresight, not just insight. You have to foresee. Back to the martial arts training. There's a basic type of training that we do and other styles do that gives you a bird's eye view of the attacker. It's called the 3 to 4 foot rule. If they're 3 to 4 feet away from you, it's very easy when you're trained to see what they're getting ready to do. They always telegraph their strikes, their grabs, their kicks. They always telegraph. If you try to sneak up on a bird, it's very hard. That's why it's very hard to catch birds. They use nets. You try to sneak up on a bird, his eyesight goes here, it goes there, and it goes there. He can see in all of those directions. And being able to see and perceive the good, bad, and the ugly of copywriting empowers you to be effective in your business and to help others. So again, you can reach me at mike8828@yahoo.com. We know we're in a time of crisis globally, and I hope that you and your family are doing well. So God bless you. Remember, smile, because whatever problem you face, there are many solutions, and I'm here to help you with your solutions so that you can bring proper and effective results to your clients. Bye-bye.